In a small, remote village nestled in the mountains, there was a legend of a creature that roamed the woods at night. The villagers called it the Shadow Stalker. It was said to be a sinister entity with eyes that glowed like embers and a shroud of darkness that enveloped its form. The mere mention of its name sent shivers down the spines of the villagers, and they avoided the woods at all costs after sunset. One summer's night, a young girl named Mia ventured into the woods alone, despite the warnings of her elders. She had heard whispers of hidden treasure deep within the forest, and her curiosity got the best of her. Armed only with a sense of adventure, she ventured further into the darkness. As she moved deeper into the woods, Mia felt a growing sense of unease. The trees seemed to close in around her, and the shadows danced and flickered around her. She heard faint rustling sounds and saw fleeting movements out of the corner of her eye, but every time she turned to look, there was nothing there. The temperature dropped. The shadows thickened and seemed to come alive. She quickened her pace, her heart pounding in her chest. But the path seemed to stretch on endlessly, and she felt disoriented. Panic set in as she realized she was lost, with darkness closing in around her. Then, she heard it. A faint whisper on the wind and calling her name.
Mia!
It hissed, sending chills down her spine. She tried to ignore it and push forward, but the whispers grew louder and more insistent, seeming to come from all directions at once. In a moment of sheer terror, Mia turned around and saw a pair of glowing eyes staring at her from the darkness. The Shadow Stalker had found her. She ran as fast as she could, but the creature pursued her relentlessly, always just a step behind. Mia stumbled and failed, the shadows fully engulfing her. She could hear the creature's footsteps closing in, its breath hot on her neck. She crawled in desperation, trying to find a way out. But the woods seemed to have shifted and the path was gone. Just as the creature's icy claws grazed her shoulder, Mia spotted a faint glimmer of light in the distance. Summoning all her strength, she sprinted towards it, not daring to look back. The creature's footsteps faded, and she burst out of the woods, gasping for breath. Mia never spoke of her harrowing encounter with the Shadow Stalker again. She learned her lesson about venturing into the woods alone, and the villagers heeded her warning, avoiding the woods at all costs after dark. To this day, the legend of the Shadow Stalker persists, and those who dare to venture into the woods at night speak in hushed tones, fearful of what lurks in the dark, always watching, always whispering.